Today we're going to go ahead and share with you the features of our Top Boss embossing powder. I've gone ahead and pulled out our Watermark ink as well as our Top Boss embossing pad, both in clear and tinted, just to give you a nice idea of what your embossing powder can do for you on any craft project. To start, I have a pattern piece of paper. I thought that this would be a great way to showcase the different types of embossing pads that we have, as well as what different stages each one can offer you different effects. So let's start with the Watermark. With the Watermark, what we're going to get is that really nice tone-on-tone kind of coloring. Go ahead and press some into my image here. Now I have a busy background paper, and the reason why I chose that is because I really wanted to show how the two images together, even though we have this really busy, beautiful background, we're going to go ahead and add this printed stamp on top. And as you see here, this is really subtle. You can't really see it too much. But a nice way to really amplify that, to really make it pop, is to go ahead and take clear embossing powder. The Top Boss embossing powder really offers a nice, it is a nice subtle depth to it, but what works well with this is that both images will work not really combating each other, but just kind of work in unison together to create a really nice image and a really nice kind of surface. Okay, let me go ahead and heat this up. As I mentioned before, when I first stamped the Watermark ink, you couldn't see it very well. It was just very subtle, not quite apparent. When I added the Top Boss embossing powder in clear, what I have now is I can still see the busy paper behind it, but now I just have a really fun texture that offers just that nice little sheen on top. Let's go ahead and explore the Top Boss clear as well as tinted. I'm going to take the same image, and I'm going to go ahead and just ink half with the clear and half with the tinted so that you can see how they work together and how they will work with pattern papers. The tinted is great to use with darker pieces of paper or with patterns so that you can actually see your image through it. Okay, stamp this here. And again, this embossing pad has a really long, lengthy dry time, so you can go ahead and build up layers, stamp, then heat, or stamp and emboss. You can go ahead and just build that up to your liking. You can barely see it here, but the pink does have a really nice subtle tint. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to go ahead and take this and emboss half with clear, and then the other half with a colored, so that we can see how each ink pad does react with the different color embossings. All right, I'm going to go ahead and heat it up. Let me pull this up to show it. And now what you'll see is where we had the tinted embossing pad on this side, whereas the clear on this side, there's still a little bit of tint where the clear would be showing. It's kind of hard to see here on the pattern paper, but again, that tint is there for your benefit so that you can go ahead and see the image as you're trying to figure out where you're wanting to put your embossing powder. And then right back here, where we have that rich colored embossing powder, this goes ahead and just smooths everything together where you couldn't even tell if there was a different pad or anything. This is just, again, a really nice embossing. The powders work really well, whether it's your Watermark ink or the Top Boss embossing pads. Both offer such different effects, whereas the Watermark is a little bit more subtle, and the Top Boss is it has that thickness, has that depth to it, offers that really nice, crisp embossing.